we go. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy that you are here. It's our good pal. Wait, what do I call you? I know you was Nephew Dookie, but I'm not gonna sit here and call you Nephew Dookie all the time, am I? Or is that okay?
You can call me, well, just kind of to get this out there. So the nephew Dookie comes from nicknames that I've had growing up. So
Uh huh.
nephew was like my 20s, and then Dookie was like high school. So I put them together, and I came up with nephew Dookie. So,
Oh, nice. I like that. Has it worked out
but
pretty
my
good?
my real name is Luke. So I mean, if you want to call me Luke, you want to call me nephew, you want to call me Dookie. I've heard them all, and I respond to them all. So
Oh,
it's
that's
all
good.
good.
That's good. Yeah, I don't know. I'll make it up as I go along. We'll figure it out and see how it goes.
You're good.
But I'm so happy. I met you. You was doing the live streaming things,
Hmm.
and I was like, hey, look at this guy over here doing the live streaming things, and he was drawing. Very talented drawer, draw artist. That's what I meant to say. Very talented artist. And you did. How did you get started doing the streaming thing? What made you decide like, you know what, I like drawing. I bet other people would like to watch me draw sometimes too.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, COVID hit, and um, I felt fine. And then I think all of a sudden I just had like this overwhelming sensation of like I'm not fine.
Oh no.
And I was, I grew up, or I went to school for art, and I did art, and I was like, you know what, I think doing some art could kind of like relieve some of this, I don't know, anxiety I'm feeling. I don't know
Oh
why
yeah.
I felt anxiety, but I did. But so um, and I've always had an interest in streaming. And that's how I actually came to find out about sock. That was my first uh, introduction to sock cop, was on the Periscope.
Oh my goodness gracious, yes.
That
May
was a long time ago.
rest its zombie soul, Periscope. That was a fantastic. That's when I started doing the streaming gimmick. Was on Periscope. They made it nice and easy. You just go on your cellular telephone and jibber jabber with internet strangers, and I fell in love with it. I'm glad that
Yeah,
that you found. See, I didn't know because I guess you was just watching that. Was you nephew Dookie on that too?
I'm not quite sure. I was on. I don't know. I never talked. I didn't. I
Oh,
think I
okay.
maybe made like three comments total, but
Oh, okay.
I was still fairly new. And the reason I was on Periscope was we were producing our own show. Um, we did like a Survivor live on Periscope.
What? Oh man, I missed that.
Yeah, it was I don't, I think it was just too, it was good,
Uh
but I
huh.
think we're just reaching way too far too soon. Like right now, I think we could do it with some top end streamers, but then it was people loved it, but so we did like kind of like sci-fi, kind of horror, kind of mystery, but we we took them into this, like we rented out this building and we put like people in rooms with like sawed off limbs and stuff, and it's all corny and hokey, but it was pretty funny.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, that's some of that sounds kind of familiar. I may have stumbled upon that. It was a small pond, especially in the early days. So
Oh
there's a
yeah.
very good chance
Oh yeah.
that I
It was
popped
it
in and
we
was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah, it was interesting. So we had like 8 people, and then whoever
Oh,
didn't, whoever like, so you would get the likes, right, or the hearts,
uh huh.
and then whoever had the least that week, we'd just kill them off.
Oh, that's brilliant. So they had their own like stream. Everybody was doing their own one, and whoever got the least amount of hearts,
Yeah, so I
they all
think
had
that was
their own
part of the
phones.
problem too, which was everyone had their own account, and you could just
Uh,
like people would like bot back and forth on different accounts.
yeah. Oh
So
man, that is yeah. No, that's definitely a great idea that was just ahead of its time.
yeah,
That's all
I
that
think it
was.
was. It was. It
Because
was. It
that's
was a complete disaster as well, which was we just talked about, which is part of the fun.
well, yeah, yeah. No, I love having a good old train wreck every once in a while. Nothing wrong with
Right.
that.
Right.
Keeps life
Right.
interesting.
Right.
Having a Are those available? Did you save any of those, or are they lost to
They,
history?
it's available, but it's hard to watch. It's like it's so we did like each character has it's on Risk It Live, and it's buried in YouTube, and it's really hard to
Oh,
find. So
oh,
um
okay.
so each character has like, I downloaded all their episodes. I put them on a YouTube channel. I think it's still there, but it's been so long. And the thing is you'd have to like watch one episode or watch one character's one episode, then you have to go watch the other one. It's the same feed, just someone else. You know, it's the same thing that happened, but just someone else's
Right.
camera.
You got to watch it like eight
So
times.
yeah, so it's kind of like when it was happening live, it made sense, but
Right.
on YouTube land, it doesn't make any sense.
No, I completely understand that. That's the same way because I have a lot of my old recordings and things like that from the Periscopes. But if you, because it didn't save like the comments and things, which is mostly
Yeah,
what I'm jibber jabbering at. So it looks
yeah.
like just the ravings of a madman, just jibber jabber, just talking about who knows what to nobody there, but talking like there's other people, like hundreds of people there. So it makes no sense. There's no replay value in those.
Wait, how many people did you have? Like, and when you were on Periscope, like when you peaked, how many people would be in there?
Well, let's see. There was a couple of times where I would get like featured or whatever, and there'd be like a few hundred folks. I forget
Oh,
what the
wow.
highest number ever was, but for a regular day during the heyday of it, there'd probably be like 60, 70 something in there. And then as it
That's good
started to go
audience.
down, it was like 40 something. I would
That's
say
pretty good though.
pretty constant. But the thing is, it's fantastic that I always enjoyed is I've never been obsessed with the numbers, which maybe I should be more, but I like whenever somebody says hello, and then like an hour later, when I'm like goodbye everybody, then that same person's like goodbye. Like they've been watching the whole time. That makes me so happy. You know what I mean? I would rather have
Yeah.
just that handful of people sit there and watch and enjoy the whole thing than have thousands of people just bouncing in and out.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what's interesting is that this platform, this live platform. Sorry, I'm going to turn my phone on silent. My bad.
Oh, it's okay.
Is that you can just consume and you can also interact, and it's cool. And the interaction, the live interaction, has always been intriguing to me. And so, going way back to what you asked before, so that's why I got into live stream. Is I kind of put together, what I was doing for COVID, kind of as a stress reliever, and then the aspect of live interaction was really interesting to me. Like interacting with people live has always been really really alluring to me, and I've followed it for quite a while. Like when I first saw you is when I first started following live stuff, and I've actually kind of like dabbled in trying to do sports live because I think that there's a market for sports broadcasts. Like NFL is doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're on Twitch, but just anything with a live interaction, I feel like the idea of a TV show where you can just like type in the chat like "Don't go in there," and they
Right,
actually
right,
don't
right.
go in there. So it's always just been really interesting to me. So that's how I
It
got into it.
it's come a long way these last couple of years, and I think
Yeah,
it's got a long way to go. I think they're going to see some very interesting things.
yeah,
Whenever
for sure.
Periscope shut down and I had to find somewhere else to go or just stop doing the gimmicks altogether, then I came upon Twitch. Some people were like, "Hey, try that out," and I was always terrified of that place because I thought it was a bunch of children playing Fortnite, which it is, but
It
there's
is.
also a whole chunk of folks that are like doing fun, cool stuff.
Yeah,
And so I came
yeah,
upon yours, and you had all kind of gimmicks going on. Yours was the first one I saw. You had like you could click the button and then make the Jessica pop up, and you
yeah,
had all that. You could make it take a picture and everything. And I was like, oh my good, this is next level stuff. This is
yeah.
next level stuff right here.
And then my computer crashed and I lost all of it.
Oh my goodness gracious, that was so sad. That was such a
Yeah.
sad thing.
I
Mm.
actually sat down the other day to try and reinstate it all, but I just kind of like, do you ever get that feeling you're just like, I could, but I really just don't want to.
Oh yeah. Oh man, all the time. My whole life is
Uh,
basically that feeling. I could do this, but you know what else is real cool? My couch
I'm
and my
100%
TV.
there. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, and then you got Baby Sock being like, feed me. And I'm like, wow, I guess I got to feed her. Can't do that other
Nah,
stuff now. And then there
life.
you go. It just keeps getting in the way, that dadgum life.
Oh, right, right,
Ugh. But oh well, whatever. Either way, I'd still be on the couch watching TV. That's what it boils
right,
down to.
right.
But you've had a lot of fun doing the Twitchy thing. But so
Yeah.
what other kind of things do you enjoy doing in your spare time? You go out and play soccer? Do you play pool real well or what?
And I'm not a big pool guy. I'm actually kind of terrible at pool. But
Yeah,
I
me too.
did. I played soccer for a really long time. I liked it a lot, and
Oh,
the
really? That was
body
just a
start.
random guess. I didn't know that.
Yeah, the body started not liking it a lot. It would
Oh
it
yeah.
would hurt a lot to
Oh,
play. So I actually stopped playing. Um, it was a really I loved it. I loved playing. I think it also was a physical outlet. It kind of, like when you was it the endorphins when you
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
physically exert. So I would get that. And just lately, I've been fat and lazy. So kind of a
Oh
sad
man,
story.
you and me both, brother. You and me both. You was
Oh, I
talking
hit
earlier.
the microphone. My bad.
What you got a what?
I hit the microphone with my
Oh, what
chair.
the?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
For some reason, I was expecting like a dog to pop up. Usually, that's what happens. So whenever somebody moves the microphone away, they're like, "Oh, the dog needs in my lap." But I don't even know if
No,
you have a dog. You don't have? Do you have a
I
dog?
do have two dogs. They're
What?
outside right now causing mayhem.
Oh, that's fun. That's what dogs are good for. Causing mayhem.
Yeah.
Is it? You got a lot of snow and stuff up there? You live in a snowy part of the world?
Yeah, it's been cold. We had some snow, and it does this thing where it'll snow here, and then it gets clear and cold, and so it just hangs around. It's just icy,
Ugh,
chunky snow. So
ugh. I'm not a big fan of that. I can't handle the cold. I'm a tropical climate sock, and there's just no two ways about it.
yeah, it's all good.
I'm down here in the southern part. Like I'm almost cold just being connected to you where it's cold.
I'm
Like
just
I can
sitting
feel
in
it
the
coming
cold.
through. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I want to put on a little tiny sweater or something like that because it's very chilly. I
See,
just can't handle it.
that's an episode for you right there. Is like dress up sock, and you can just like fashion show and put on different garments and stuff.
Oh
It'd be
yeah. Oh
neat.
and yeah. No, I've got a few costumes. I found out they had a sale after Halloween at the pet store, and I found out I'm Chihuahua sized, so I could wear Chihuahua sized outfits or
No,
large
you wore the hot
cats.
dog.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
wore the
yeah.
hot dog the other day. I
Yeah, I got a
forgot
hot
about that.
dog. I got all kind of gimmicks, all kind
Oh
of
yeah,
gimmicks
there
that
we
I can
go.
wear. But it's difficult. I got to be careful because I'll mess up my mustache if I try and put clothes on and stuff.
Well, you
And
could
I
decorate
don't
it. I
want to be
mean, you
doing
could
that.
like hang some earrings off the mustache,
Oh, now we're talking. I
some
wonder if I
bling.
could like beef up my mustache. If I could hang little weights from them and just do, you know what I mean?
That's a redeem right there for you. Mustache workout, and then
Mustache
like
work. Oh, see,
500 point redeem.
this is why I keep you around. You're the idea man. You got all these great, fantastical ideas, and then I steal the ideas, and then they say, "Oh, Sock Cop, you're so smart. Where do you come up with these ideas?" And I say, "Well, they just come to me. They just come to me. Who knows? That's just
Uh,
part of being a genius, I guess."
it's just it's the creative synergy.
That's yeah, that's a nice way to put it. That's a very nice way to put it. So you went to school for the arty thing. So
Yeah,
you draw real. I've seen you draw real well.
yeah.
What did
Okay.
you
I don't know if
Well,
it's real well.
you did school, right?
I did. I
They
did
gave you the
school.
degree.
Yeah, yeah. So it proves it, right?
That proves it 100%. This man is good at the doodlings. No two ways
Kinda.
about it. But anyways, I've seen it. So what kind of things? What got you into the drawing? Did you watch read a lot of comic books like the Spidering Mans and stuff like that, or was it
Yeah, I mean,
cartoons?
I don't know if that's the thing is like I like art and uh I don't know because I think when I really kind of latched on to art was in college, and it was like the teachers taught me about art history, and they taught me about kind of movements and like the graduation of thought and art and the progression, and it really like that part of art really kind of got me going because
Oh wow.
seeing some of these artists and what they did was just so interesting, and it got to be a little bit more about the theory behind what they were creating and why they were creating it. Like I think the one part that really blew my mind is when he talked about like Picasso and like the cubism, and everyone just is like, oh, it's Picasso, it's cubism, but nobody, he was like leading the way. Nobody drew like that, nobody thought like that, and he was the first one to kind of do art like that. And so it just the first and just kind of creating things in a unique way was really inspiring to me. So that's
Oh
kind of when
wow.
I got into art, and this like fine art is what kind of got me into it. So
Wow, that's super cool. That's a very more that's a more thoughtful way than most people that I know that like to do. To most of them, they're just like well, I saw Superman and I was like, I bet I could draw Superman, and then I drew Superman, and next thing you know, I got a degree.
there we are.
But you have a whole thing going on. Do you think so? The Picassos, I like a Picasso,
Yeah.
and it is. I've noticed that there's a lot of things, even if you go back like a little bit of ways, things are not impressive once they've been around for a while. People like Big
Yeah.
Deal. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
think about like even like new types of music or something like that. They're
Mhm.
like, yeah, well, yeah, of course. That's just always been here. But there was a point where it wasn't here.
Yeah.
So a Picasso or somebody comes along and so it's like, hey, look at this. Everybody's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, what all them cubes? How come that eyeball's over here? You can't do
Right.
that. And he's like,
Yeah.
watch me. I did it.
Watch me.
And he does it. And then people like, I guess at some point people are just like, well, if you can't beat them, join them. I guess I'll buy that for $1 million or whatever. I don't know how it works. I don't know
Well,
how the
it's
whole art
probably
thing
$1
works.
million after he's dead for 10 years. Then it'll go
Oh,
up in price.
oh, okay. Oh man, you could have got him cheap when he was just like selling them at the flea market or something back in his day. I don't know much about
Right. Right.
Picasso. Wow, interesting. I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, it seems like more artists are famous when they're dead.
Yeah, that is true. That's an unfortunate thing. Like Vincent Van Gogh. People are
Van Gogh.
very Van Gogh. People are very quick to tell you that he died in poverty and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
Ate
oh, well,
paint.
that's a shame. What are you supposed to do with that information? You know what I mean? Like, I feel bad. What now? I can't enjoy looking at the
He
flowers
was
no more.
well. He I think he kind of well like I think he did it to himself because he ate paint and he went crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you
I
think a
think
lot of
that's what
people ate paint back then?
I don't know. Did
Or was it
people
just
say
him?
that and like I don't know. Like why would you eat paint?
Well, because it looked good.
It's red like an
It's
apple.
yeah, yeah.
Seems
It's
to
yeah,
taste
like
like apple.
bright red, or or like a blue, something like that. It's like, oh, look at that delicious blueberry right there. I bet.
I
But
don't
then it
know.
seems like one taste, and you'd be like, blah! Oh, it's not a blueberry at all. It's
Yeah,
chemicals. Blah!
I don't know. Like some of these artist stories are pretty bizarre, and
That's true.
and they are some disturbed folk, and they're also very creative. But who knows?
Yeah,
But
that is
speaking of
true.
creativity, like
Oh,
I think we were talking about this earlier, and I wanted to say this on the podcast is that I think that's one of the reasons I'm a fan of your show is the
oh,
creativity. Like I feel like the whole vibe is something people aren't doing. Like the Picasso, like no one's doing this, and
mm-hmm.
that's why I'm attracted to it. Is I think it's really neat and it's just like unique, and I'm super attracted like to like really unique stuff and creativity. So I think that's why I like your show.
Oh, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate that. That
Yeah.
makes me feel good. I just, this whole thing is held together by dental floss and bubble gum. So I do the best that I can with what I
And
got.
that's what's cool about it.
So I appreciate that. Yeah, no, I'm not. I wish I had a whole production team to put things together, but it's just me. It's just me
It wouldn't be
doing the
Sock
best that I
Cop if
can.
you had a production team, though.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. It can't be like too slick. If
Right.
it's too slick, then you slip and fall on it, and then I get sued,
Right.
and that's no good. Nobody wants that.
You get
Fall in on the
copyrighted.
thing. So do you think if because now you got all these digital art tools you can draw upon like an iPad and you got these
Yeah.
little things. Do you think if like Leonardo da Vinci had all that kind of stuff, do you think he would have still painted the Mona Lisa, or would he just watch Netflix all day?
That's a good question.
Because it
I
seems
think
like back in those days you had to fight. Like you couldn't just go up to
Yeah.
Hobby Lobby and scoop you up some canvases and stuff.
Well, I think those same people exist today. Like someone who's determined to create is gonna create,
Oh,
and it doesn't matter what they're creating on, whether it's like marble, they're carving marble, or they're painting pictures. They're gonna create, and I kind of to me I feel like I said I think I'm attracted to those kind of people. Like when I see that creativity and those type of people, they're really inspiring. They're driven, and like I don't have that, and I think I like that in people. Like I see their drive and their creativity, and
you're
I
not
don't know.
driven?
It's what's that?
You're not driven?
Sometimes I feel like I'm not, and I just
Oh.
like I wish I was. I feel like we were talking about like life, and
Hmm.
sometimes you're like I gotta feed the dogs, I gotta feed the
Right,
kids, I gotta mow the lawn, and you're just
right.
like, when's creative time? And it's a tough thing, when
Yeah.
you're responsible adult.
Yeah, no, that is true. That is true. Some cats do have like an advantage in which they, it's like, well, yeah, I'm 30 something years old and I still live in somebody's basement and I don't pay no rent and I got nothing else to do all day. So of course I can do a bunch of
Right.
stuff. But there
Right.
are other people that have all kind of stuff going on and then still posting 50,000 times a day all over the social medias and stuff. It's like, how many hours do you have in a day? What do you live on, like Jupiter or something, where a day is 1,000 years or whatever?
That's how I feel.
How do you get all that done? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, because I feel the same way as you. I don't feel very driven at all. I feel very lazy. I feel I like naps. I like pizza rolls. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't really feel. But I wonder if those people that are really driven, I wonder if they're like, oh yeah, that's right, I'm driven, or if they're just like, I don't know, I'm just doing stuff.
I think they're wired differently. I think just people are different, and everyone's got their own bag, and some people like music, some people, like art, some people make 10 billion things a day, and some people make two,
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
That is true, man. That's fortune cookie wisdom right there. You could put that on. It'd have to be a long fortune cookie thing.
The
but
big
I think that's
fortune
pretty
cookie.
good. Oh, that would be a good one. A big gigantic fortune cookie. I like that. Man, do you imagine how much I would go to that restaurant all the time, just for the gigantic
fortune cookies?
Yeah.
There it is. Another business idea for you.
Yep, that's just free. Throw it out there, because I'm not gonna do it. But I would love for somebody to do it, just so I could go get a gigantic. And you could print, instead of just like little proverbs and stuff, be like, hey, look at this. It's Pride and Prejudice is the fortune. You know what I mean? Like, you could have a big long fortune.
What's the other big book?
War and Peace.
Two Cities. Yeah, War and Peace.
War and Peace. That's the one. So
here's your fortune. Read that.
Here's some light Russian literature for you. Now be sure to read the whole thing before you eat the cookie. Otherwise, Tolstoy will haunt you. That's the rules, good. I think. I'm not sure.
That's a whole comedy bit right there.
We could do that. Well, we just did it. There it is.
We did it. It's done.
It's existed. Copyrighted. The Sock and the Duke.
Right. That sounds like one of those like 70s crime stories. We're cruising around in like a souped up Nova.
Oh, at a reasonable speed, of course. That would be awesome. Yeah, that's a good thing. The Sock and the Duke. And be like, oh, man, look, there's the bad guys over there. Get them, Duke. And you'd be all like, I'm going to get them, Sock Cop. And I'd be like, yeah, good job, Duke. You got them. Way to go. We won the whatever thing. Hooray. And then credits. So we jump up and high five and freeze frame.
Freeze frame.
And then the credits start rolling. Oh, wait, I wonder if I could do, hold on, let me see. I'll probably have to cut this part out. But let's see if this dadgummit. There we go. Freeze frame.
Wait, where's it go? Where's it go? Do I go like this?
Yeah. You got it.
Oh.
Well, I don't have any hands, so that makes it difficult.
That makes it very difficult.
Let me go back to the desk. Hold on. There we go. All right, sorry about that. I just wanted to try that, see if it would work. And it sort of did.
It sort of did.
That's all right. I have to cut that part out of the. See, dadgummit, that's what you got to stop doing, those visual gags when it's an audio thing, because the people are gonna be listening and be like, "What are they doing? I don't know. Don't make no sense." What?
Just add in the clap sound effect, like
clap. Oh, that's a good idea. Or I could like hire somebody to come in and say, "At this point in the podcast, Sock and Nephew Dookie attempt to give each other high fives, even though that Sock Hop ain't got no hands." So just imagine that however you would like. Right. Theater of the mind. There you go. This is Orson Welles for RKO Radio Podcast Show. I don't know.
The awkward silence. I love it.
I watched, you ever seen that Citizen Kane movie with old Orson Welles in it?
Which one was that?
Citizen Kane. It's a, I don't know.
Is
it's
it
in black and white.
Rosebud and all that?
Yeah, Rosebud.
Yeah.
I was watching that the other day. It was all right.
Rosebud.
That's it, really, yeah. The Rosebud. That's like the whole thing, is they're trying to figure out what Rosebud is. And then it's like a sled, which it's like, okay, so now what? You know what I mean? What am I supposed to do with that information?
Go sledding?
Yeah. I can't even, it's not even snowing. What am I supposed, I don't even have a sled. I don't even know where I would get a sled down here in the woods. There's no sled store. Where do you buy a sled? Do they have sleds just like at Walmart?
Just do slip and slide. It's good.
Oh, I do love a good slip and slide though.
There you go.
I love a good slip and slide. You just take you a little bit of dish soap. Whoa! Slipping and sliding, baby. Having you a grand old time. Right. Until the thing that's fun about a slip and slide is it's always fun, even if you're an old fat guy. But the thing is that an old fat guy on a slip and slide, hey, you're gonna be hurt. Even if you don't like technically hurt yourself, you're gonna be hurt. You're gonna be sore because you have flung your fat body onto the ground multiple times, which it's not supposed to do, and slid into stuff, and then plus you got like a bunch of, I don't know physics very well, but I know that like a fat man's gonna slide on a slip and slide farther than a skinny man, because it's just more man to slide, and it's not a good thing to look at. I try to get on a
Well,
slip and slide, and I'm just
on
like,
the TikToks, it's fun to look at.
oh, is that true? Did they do that on the TikToks? Big fat guy
Oh, yeah, like
TikToks?
meme videos or whatever.
Oh, I didn't know that was a whole thing. Hey,
Oh,
look,
there's
I'm
some.
I'm a big old fat guy, and I'm gonna go on the slip and slide.
I watched one. I watched a TikTok where I don't know. I mean, the guy was large,
Uh huh.
and I think these contraptions are in like not the United States because if this was in the U.S. you get sued.
Right.
Um, so it's like a slip and slide, but it's an actual like slide, and at the end is like a ski jump.
Oh.
Like the Winter Olympics. But then you go into this big pool, and there's this big guy, and he was really big, and
Ooh.
he went down face first. He goes down this slide, and he just launches, and their friends are just yapping at him the whole time. It's in Spanish, but they're just like, and I heard gordo, so they're calling him a fat guy. I'm just like, oh
Oh.
man. And he goes down this thing, and he just launches into the air, and his friends are just laughing. Just have you seen those?
No, I have not seen that. No.
Oh man, and
No,
he's
I
just
haven't.
like, and he's going faster than most because fat guy squared equals high in the air.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Albert Einstein taught us that.
Yeah, right.
But no, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen. I don't really
Oh
spend
man,
a whole lot of time on a TikTok. So I'm frightened of that place because
it's
as soon as you open it, you don't have to like press the play button or nothing. It's like
no,
you just think about, hey, maybe I'll watch a TikTok. Whammo, the app's open. Whammo, there's somebody yelling at you. All of a sudden doing some stuff, and then before you can even process what you just saw, floop, another one, here's somebody else doing some other thing, and it's like whoa, 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 whoa. Then I got to lay down for a while.
right.
It's frightening to me, so I can't do it.
I
Every
gotta be
once in a
quick.
while, somebody will send me one.
You gotta be quick on the TikTok because there's some stuff that comes through that I just don't want to see, and I'm just
Oh,
like, "Ugh, get out of here."
like people popping pimples and stuff like that.
I hang out long enough to get grossed out, and I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta
Oh,
go.
oh my goodness gracious! Yeah, no, oh my goodness, baby mama sock loves those things.
Really?
Yeah, she can sit there and watch them all the time. Well, she hasn't lately, thank goodness gracious. Sometimes I just like glance over at the phone, like, what do you want? Blah! Blah!
So
Why?
gross.
Why?
It's
Oh man.
morbid curiosity.
Oh,
Morbid curiosity.
oh, I was just about to go get some ice cream, but not now. Not now.
Oh,
Too
they're
much.
so gross.
Oh, it's
They're
nasty.
so
I
gross.
don't know, but people do that, and people watch it, and they're like, "Oh, I hate watching this. Let's watch another one.
Right.
Oh, this is terrible. All right, let's watch another one." And it just keeps going that way. It's like people are
Yeah.
weird. It don't make no
There's
sense
some
at
weird
all.
stuff on there. There's some weird stuff on there.
It don't make no sense. Do
No.
you spend a lot of time on the TikToks, or is it just the what is it like? You're bored. You're at the pharmacy. You're just waiting in line. You pull out your phone. What app you opening?
I'll probably read news in public, but in private, I'll look at TikTok.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true. You can't be watching the TikToks with like right in the middle of the CVS or whatever
I
with
think
the
it's kind
volume
of I don't know.
blasted.
There's some sketchy stuff on there that just feel like would be rude, like if there's mixed company,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I'm
that's
just
true.
like, nah.
That's true. So you just be like, oh, I'm just reading my digital newspaper as a proper man of the future.
I do read the news, and I don't know. I try and stay informed because I don't want to be too much of a hermit. But
Hmm.
anyway, yeah,
But
news.
well, you got to be careful with the news consumption because you can fall
Oh
down them
yeah.
rabbit holes, and
Well,
anybody can do news now.
I think I take just I think what everybody should now
Hmm.
is you take news with a grain of salt. You're like, who's getting paid,
Right.
and then what slant are they taking here, and then you just kind of filter it, and you're like, okay, I kind of see what's going on.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, you're smart. That's the way that it should be.
Yeah,
But it's tough. It's tough
it is.
to kind of get that point across
Right.
Because there's some cats that are just like, did you see that thing that somebody typed on the internet? OMG. And then they like go nuts about it.
Yeah.
And that's no fun. I like the weird news kind of stuff. I like Bigfoot sightings and things like that. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Like that's kind of stuff I love. Like
I'll
that's
get into that
news.
too.
Oh, love it. I love it. Or watching those like paranormal shows and things like that, and they're like, "Look, it's a ghost." I'm like, "Ah!" Well, no, it's not. But what if it was? But it's not. But what if it was? And I love watching those things, even when it's not Halloween time.
Have you seen the Harry Horror Show on Twitch?
No, I have not. The Harry Horror Show.
Ooh,
No.
he covers like
I'll write that down.
murders, and he'll cover like paranormal. Like just the other night, he did one on like haunted places.
I love haunted
And
places.
he talks with the audience. And he like goes over like he shows videos and all sorts. He's really cool. Like he's a good one though. He's a good follow.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, you were sort of like my guide whenever I started doing the Twitch thing. I don't know, for whatever reason, I just came upon yours, and then you were like, "Hey, look at these other things," and then opened up a whole new world. So I take your recommendations very seriously. I'll have to check out this Harry. Write that down. Harry Horror Show.
Yeah, I think it's the Harry Horror Show.
Harry Horror Show. Write that down. And we're gonna go to
He's got a good audience, so you'll know it's him. If it's like someone with like 2 views, you're in the wrong place.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Oh, I hate stumbling into those. Which that's one good thing about Twitch is it doesn't announce your presence to everybody as soon as you show up. Like if you don't say nothing, it won't tell you.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
if you're like a viewer, yeah.
Yeah. Back in on the Periscope days, as soon as you open up somebody's thing, it will pop up your name. Whoop, Nephew Dookie has joined the thing, and then it's
Oh,
like,
did it really?
hey, oh yeah, every time
didn't
somebody
know.
joined, it would say this person is here, this person is here. So the only
That'd be
way you
funny
could
if it-
sneak in was under the guise of like, if it first started and like 5 or 6 people came in at the same time, and hopefully you get missed.
Just kind of in the group.
Yeah, but it would be terrible because you'd be going around, and then you would be the only one, and then they would know that you were there. So then you're like, well, I'm stuck here now. I got to jibber jabber with this guy.
Yeah, it's super awkward.
Oh, I hate doing that. At least with Twitch, if you're the only one, they don't know it's you,
Right.
unless they like click on the things or whatever, which they don't.
I think in Twitch land too, people are pretty chill. Like people are like, well, I leave streams and stuff, and I'm just like, they understand.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, that's another thing too. I never feel the need to announce a leaving.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm watching. Now I'm not. See, it's easy. You just leave.
That's how it goes.
That's how I do it. I think
Right.
they call that the Irish goodbye. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that, but that's what they call it. The Irish goodbye.
I've never heard that before in my life.
You never heard the Irish goodbye?
No.
That's when you just sort of like gone. You don't say goodbye. You just first you're there and then you're not. I don't know what's so Irish about it.
I don't know either. Man,
Hopefully it's
need
not
more
a slur.
Irish culture in my life.
Yeah, you could. I went to the ancestry.coms and I'm 100% cotton, but a guy that I know, he had a bunch of like Irish and stuff like that in there. But then it's like, well, what am I supposed to do with that? Like go to Ireland? Like they're supposed to recognize me or something? Like what? Okay, whoop-de-doo. I
I
came
heard some
from other
really-
people.
I heard some really interesting stuff on that ancestry stuff, like that 23andMe, and like there's like these conspiracies, like they're actually like tracking you and figuring out. I was like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they are. I mean, I would.
But that's that grain of salt thing. Like, are they really doing that?
Yeah, who knows? And also, how do you know that they're actually testing anything? They could just reach into like a fishbowl with countries in it. Yeah, just lottery style. Be like, this guy is from Switzerland. Congratulations. And then just like, oh, okay. Had no idea. Look at that. Isn't that neat? Because what are you going to do? Do your own test? You know how to do it? You know how to spit in a tube and tell what countries you come from? No, you don't. You're just going to trust them to do it.
You just say the nuh-uh defense.
Yeah, nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. I'm not,
Liar.
it doesn't make any sense. Because then sometimes, like, people just have, like, 1% of, like, Zimbabwe or something like that.
Right.
And it's like, how do you figure out 1% of Zimbabwe? That don't make any sense. 1%.
I have no idea what they're doing over there.
No, it doesn't. I think there's, like, either a fishbowl or a dartboard. And then they just, I don't know why they chose spit in a tube. I don't know what they do with all them tubes of spit. I guess they just throw them away.
The
Like, oh, we got another
wheel
tube of
o
spit.
the wheel o what is it?
Heritage.
Ancestry.
Yeah, Wheel ancestry. He's Canadian. Congratulations. Yay.
Bob, what do we have for him?
We've got, I don't know. Here's a little flag or something, I guess. I don't know. What are you supposed to do
Maple
with that
syrup
information?
and a moose.
Yeah. It's poutine and an apology. Have you as a good day.
Poutine and apology.
That's what you get. And then, like if you're from different countries, Belgium has the waffles, obviously.
There you go.
Could be. But I don't know what they're doing with those tubes of
Who
spit.
knows what they're doing with that?
I don't even know how to do it. I've never even seen them like pretend to do it. Like a video, like here's what we do. We put it in this machine. Like what do? They just look under a microscope.
Are they doing like the what's it called? The DNA mapping and all that?
What does that mean? DNA mapping?
I don't know.
Like putting it on a map?
Like they take your like DNA and map it out and see where you come. I don't know what they're doing.
Oh, I have
I
no
was
idea.
guessing. I was guessing.
That's above my pay grade. I have no idea.
Right.
No idea how any
I
of that
don't know.
stuff works. But you can do it for your pets now too. You can do it for your dog. Have you seen that?
Are you kidding me?
No, you can do that. You can do a DNA thing for your dog and figure out like how much of it is a weenie dog and how much of it is whatever, like Labrador and stuff like that. Which is even like, what are you supposed to do with that?
It's still a dog.
This dog is 25%, Doberman, 25% Chihuahua, and 50% Great Dane. That means it's a weird looking dog, I guess.
It's a mutt.
It's a mutt. I haven't seen a Doberman Pinscher in a while now that I think about it. Those dogs used to be like, they was like the stereotypical mean dog.
Yeah.
Like anytime you saw like a mean dog in a movie or something, it was always a Doberman
It's always
for a while. And then the pit bull somehow or another took over.
Yeah.
And now it's a pit bull anytime they had to do one of those things. I haven't seen a Doberman Pinscher in a long time. I guess they...
Well, speaking of Dobermans, we got boxers, which they classically do the Doberman ears.
Oh,
but
yeah.
We don't do that to them. We just let them go floppy, and they look more goofy and dopey with the ears like that. So
I like that. I like dopey, gope. Wait, what were those words you said?
Dopey.
Dopey, yeah, dopey. I like the dopey ears a lot better.
Yeah.
Than the other one. Why you gotta mess with the ears? That don't make no sense. Plastic surgery on a dog.
I don't know. I mean, they were bred for intimidation. Like they're bred to be guard dogs, so they're supposed to look intimidating. So that's what I think they went for. But we don't need them for guard dogs. They just hang out with the family.
Yeah, that's true. But what are the ears to put like a burglar's gonna come in the middle of the night and be like, oh, I'm gonna go in and burgle this house so good, and then be like, oh no, it's one of those boxes. Oh, but its ears are goofy. I'm just gonna keep burgling. Now, if it had some pointy ears, then I would have been scared and ran away like I seen a ghost.
That's right.
But them dopey ears, I'm just, get out of here, dog. I'm stealing this Xbox.
I'm stealing your VHS collection.
Yes, oh, they better not. Now I got to get me one of those dogs. And he's gonna have 4 ears, and it's gonna be so scary. People ain't gonna know what to do with it.
There you go.
Oh my goodness gracious! Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, Nephew Dookie.
No problem.
I feel like
no problem. I mean, I think I never said thank you for having me on. I appreciate it, and like I said, I've been a big fan for a long time, so it's a pleasure.
Smooches for yours. You're just a fun guy to talk to, and just jibber jabber. If we lived closer together, I would say, hey, let's go grab a coffee or something like that one of these times.
Right.
But you're
That'd
just too far away.
Yeah.
But if you ever find yourself down here in the woods for some god awful reason, let me know. And we'll go.
Yeah, I've wandered down there sometimes, but not often.
Oh yeah. Well, there's no reason to, really, unless you just, I don't know. I guess there's people go like hunting. That's a popular thing that people do.
Yeah, they do hunting down there.
I don't do that. Yeah, a lot of hunting, like
I don't do hunting
for
either.
deer and things. But I don't do that.
I hunt at the grocery store in the
Oh,
meat
yeah.
aisle.
Oh,
I
do
point
love
at the
to do
meat and I'm like, bang, and then I got it. And put it in my cart.
Look at the mighty hunter. Look at you go. You got it going on. That's the way to do it, right there. None of this, waiting in the woods at the crack of dawn with a bow and arrow garbage.
No,
They got it
no,
right
no,
there.
no.
It's like, don't you guys know it's already there? They did that for you. You don't have to do that anymore. And now you don't even have to. You can order it. You ain't even got to go nowhere. They'll bring it to you.
Eh, welcome to 2022.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing. I love
Oh
I
yeah.
love getting the delivery stuff. Delivery's great.
Oh
But
yeah.
then next thing you know, you're like, you know what I haven't done in about 2 weeks? Left my house. Maybe I should, go somewhere. Maybe I don't know. But then you're like, well, where are you gonna go? Everything's here.
That's right.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I
But
get
anyway,
antsy. I get antsy too, and I sometimes my wife sees me and she can see the look in my eye, and I just like leave the house. I'm like, I don't know where you going. I don't know, just
yeah, just
out.
I got to get out of here. Just go drive around. Go
Yeah,
look at the ducks in the park or something like that.
feed the ducks. There you
Just be
go.
like, hey, what's up, ducks? Ducks are jerks, though. But that's neither here nor there. Do you have anything? Where can the peoples find you, or do you want them to find you? You got anything to talk about?
Yeah, I
To
mean,
plug?
I the if I stream again, it's Nephew Dookie on Twitch,
Mm-hmm.
but who knows when that time comes.
No
I'm
problem.
sad about that, but
You just don't feel like it. Or you don't have the time to.
I don't know. It's interesting because it's either work or helping out with like the family stuff, and it feels like lately like I haven't had that stretch of time that I can just dedicate to streaming.
Oh yeah, I gotcha. It does
But
feel. You got to be careful with it because I mean, unless you're paying the bills with it or something, it does feel like a selfish type of thing. You're like, oh, I'm gonna go in here and do my little song and dance show
yeah,
for a handful of people, and it's like, well, and then everybody else is like, well, all right, I guess we'll just keep being adults then, while
yeah,
you go in there and have your little thing.
100% how it is.
So
That is 100% how it
yeah,
is.
no, I
But
feel the same way.
I'll get back there someday. Just right now, like with jobs and stuff, I can't. I want what I want to do it. I want to be like Tuesdays and Thursdays or whatever the schedule is. But it's just
Right.
so sporadic right now that I just kind of. I'll get there someday.
Yeah,
I'll get there someday.
one of these days. Well,
One of
regardless of
these
whether you're
days.
streaming or not, you're a fantastic human and a good pal of mine, and you're doing good stuff in the world. I
I
appreciate you.
appreciate that.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me, my friend. And we'll talk to you soon. We'll have you on again whenever you do start your next big project thing. We'll have you on and be like, hey, look at this guy. He's doing his thing and blah, blah, blah.
Sounds good.
And it'll be great. All right, smooches for yours.